Program is being brought to you on the Voice America Women's Channel. For more information about our network and to check out additional show hosts and topics of interest, please visit voiceamericawomen.com. The Voice America Talk Radio Network is the worldwide leader in live Internet talk radio. Visit voiceamerica.com. The views and ideas expressed on the following program are strictly those of the host or guests and do not necessarily reflect the views and ideas held by the Voice America Talk Radio Network, its staff, and management.
Welcome to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives with Rebecca Hall-Gruyter. In our program each week, we provide the tools, ideas, and encouragement to help you move ahead on your journey, becoming a more powerful and impactful woman in your own life. Now here's your host, Rebecca Hall-Gruyter.
Welcome back, everybody, to the show. I'm glad to have you joining us yet again as we get ready to lean in and tap into your energy and build forward momentum. And particularly what we're going to focus on today is energy around our body, choices that we're making, and money. And these are areas that we have a lot of New Year's resolutions at the beginning of the year. And then when we start getting into April, on closer to May, it may start to feel a lot like last year. And so it's a great time to check in and see, are we really moving forward in these areas? Those intentions that we set up in the beginning of the year, or that we ongoing say that we want to move forward in, are we doing that with clarity and purpose? No judgment, no criticism, but let's take a moment to really check in, because we want to make sure that we are saying yes to those things that are going to move us into the directions that are important to us, and no to the things that are going to sidetrack us or not help us move forward on the things that matter most to us. So let's take a collective breath together. I know it gets so busy in life as we move along. And I want to just share with you how important you are. I think we forget. We run along, we get into familiar patterns, we put everyone ahead of us on our to-do list, and we kind of keep moving ourselves lower and lower and lower, and get to a point that we get burnt out, that we get pulled too many directions. In this moment, this time together is for you. So I want you to feel that energetically from myself and the experts that I have on the show today here as we lean in to you. We've really carved out time and energy and expertise to empower you in all that you are looking to do. But you are a critical part of that. We can't do it without you. So I encourage you to lean in, be fully present during our time together. And here's a way you can leverage our time and this experience even more. We have these special things called commercial breaks. And our tendency is to rush off and take care of one more thing, and we get distracted and our mind starts going another way, and then we come back just as the next segment's already started, and then we're trying to regroup and catch in. Instead, I invite you to take a breath in those 2 minutes and dedicate them to you, to process the information that's being shared. Really breathe into it. Maybe take a couple notes, listen in to what's being spoken into your heart. And if you do that and you're still here present and ready to receive more, I encourage you to actually listen to the commercials. And the reason is they are created for you. These are sponsors and organizations and individuals that believe empowering women is important. And they've dedicated their time, energy, resources, and their brand to support and make shows like this possible. So they are already leaning into you. And I personally want to get to know organizations like that. So I invite you to tune in an ear as you're breathing and you're taking that pause and breath for you already built in to our show. I get very excited about that, and I want you to leverage it. And then we also have exciting announcements about things that are coming up, shows that we feel might be supportive of you, letting you know about some of our television shows that we have that are really in that transformational space. So I encourage you to take advantage. You're here. Fully get everything you can out of the show today. Let's take another breath together. Wonderful. Now, in this space, I want to just do a little check-in. Pay attention for just a moment about where you are with your energy. Just kind of, are you feeling high energy? Is it on the lower side? Are you kind of wondering, energy? Where is it? Just take a note of where are you with your energy, and where would you like it to be? Where are you on some of those goals that you set in the beginning of the year? And kind of what are they, and where would you like them to be? Because we're just doing a check-in. This isn't a time for it should be some way or another. It's really just, where am I? Let's take a look. And now that I know this is where I am, where do I want it to be? And be specific, not just more, really how much more or how much less, whatever it may be, that you're being specific so that your mind, energy, and body spirit can really get behind where you're trying to go and support you. And with money, where are you in your relationship with money, both on how it's flowing in and out of your life and how you are relating to it, how you feel about it? Just do a quick check-in. And where would you like it to be? Great. And I want to start here because our goal today is to help you not only understand where you're at, but where you want to go, and give you some tools to move in the direction that you want to go. That's our goal today. So I wanted to make sure we are starting at least looking at where we're at so that you can get practical, real-time support while we're all connected here today. And there's actually opportunities throughout the show. If you listen to those commercial breaks, as we leave and as we come back, they share the 800 number, or the 866 number, I should say, that you can call in and get your questions answered. So feel free to tap into us today. We're really here to serve and support you. You can also email your question in if for some reason the hold times are a little bit long for you, or you are a little shy about having your voice shared over the phone and over the lines, and you'd prefer to do email. Either way is fine. Let us support you. So now that we've processed all that information, we've checked in, let's check in our heart, mind, soul, and spirit, and pause for a moment. So those of you who are driving, please stay safe. Keep your hands on the wheels, alert. Those of you who are able to, let that seat support you. Both feet on the ground, one hand on your heart, one hand on your head, top of your head, bringing all of you in, mind, body, soul, and spirit. And close your eyes. Take a deep breath. And these are big belly breaths where you feel your belly expand. Breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth like a straw. We're going to do 3 of these. This type of breathing will actually lower your cortisol level, bringing stress down, calms and centers you, and helps you be at a place that you can really hear, be present, and receive. One more big breath. Wonderful. Now in this space, we took a look earlier at where you're at in certain areas, where you're wanting to go, knowing that, what is it that you need today to serve and support you on your journey? So it's top of mind. What is it that you need? Sometimes it comes in a picture, a phrase, a sound, a song, a memory, an image, a scent. All of our senses can get involved. What is it that you need today to serve and support you in moving forward, closer to where you want those things to be. Take one more breath. And out. Wonderful. Come back into the room fully present. Open up your eyes. You're absolutely safe. And I encourage you to take a moment to write down what was laid upon your heart, what it is that you need to serve and support you. We sometimes forget to check in and really lean in and know even what it is we need. And when we have that clarity, then we can actively be on the lookout for it and recognize that information or support or whatever it is that we need much more quickly so that we can say yes to it and move forward. Wonderful. One more breath. Great. And Paula, I didn't know if there was something laid upon your heart that you would like to share with us today.
I'm just moving through a couple of things as all of us have lost a great musician last week in Prince. I also lost a friend of mine on the same day, and that is sitting with me, and wishing everybody love and peace, and a special calling to my heart to release and accept my friend in love and peace.
Beautiful. Thank you. And how about you, Sarah? Did you have something laid upon your heart?
I did, and thank you for that, Rebecca. That was so sweet, because what came up for me is I'm too connected to grief and the loss of Prince and people in my life, and what it brings up for me is that I really want to be mindful about taking care of myself and really staying connected to community and reaching out and asking for help. I think that's what's top of mind for me in that meditation.
Thank you. Thank you. And I think it is really important to acknowledge the loss of people that we've had in our life, from Prince to all the others that we have lost that have had an impact. And it's important to see when that is weighing in on us, when it is having an impact. We have this tendency, or I do, to push through and not always check in and listen. And so, Paula, I appreciate that love and peace and releasing and accepting. And I think also remembering all of us to do that for ourselves, to be extra kind to ourselves as we're processing and allow space for that. And to remember it's not a solo journey, Sarah. Thank you. That it's really remembering to ask for help and allow space for that. We don't need to just push through and not allow others to lean in to us and to create a space for them to do that. So I encourage you, as we take this time, as we go into our first commercial break, to use this opportunity to let your heart, mind, body, soul, and spirit speak to you. What is it that you need today that you are leaning into and creating space for? And really honor that. Be extra kind and nourishing to yourself. And we'll look forward to talking to you in just a moment.
Your favorite Voice America Talk Radio Network shows and hosts are in your car, outdoors, and wherever you need them to be. Listen anywhere. Get our mobile app for iPhone, BlackBerry, or Android at the Apple iTunes App Store, BlackBerry App World, or Android Market.
Are you ready for your rush of success? I'm Jim T. Chong, the walk star.
And I'm Cammie Ferry, the theater queen, the host of Rush Hour for Success on Money 105.5 on Thursdays and Fridays at 2 p.m. It's about getting entertained and getting solutions for your success in life and business.
Visit us on Facebook at Money 105.5 FM Rush Hour for Success, or download the Money 105.5 app on your phone for the live stream. That's Thursdays and Fridays, 2 p.m. Pacific Time. Get entertained,
get educated, and get your rush on
Rush Hour for Success.
Rebecca Hall Greider's Speaker Talent Search is looking for people like you. With just one 7-minute audition, you could open the doors to hundreds of speaking opportunities. This is a dynamic way to share your message, reach more people, and expand your impact. Apply now at yourpurposedrivenpractice.net/speaker-talent. Finalists get to audition live in front of community leaders looking to fill all kinds of speaking opportunities. Don't wait. Find out more. Visit yourpurposedrivenpractice.net/speaker-talent.
Announcing a powerful new TV channel featuring programs designed to enhance and transform your life. Make powerful connections, one program at a time. And by doing so, we can bring transformation to the world. Tune in each week to Empowered Connections TV as we add new programs to help you make empowered connections of your own. Visit empoweredconnectionstv.com. That's empoweredconnectionstv.com. And make the most of an incredible life transformation.
Become our friend on Facebook. Post your thoughts about our shows and network on our timeline. Visit facebook.com/Voice America.
You're listening to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives with your host, Rebecca Hall Greider. If you have a question or comment for Rebecca or her guest, we'd love to hear from you. Please call into the program at 1-866-613-1612. That's 1-866-613-1612. You may also send an email to Rebecca at yourpurposedrivenpractice.com. Now back to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives.
Welcome back, everyone. I hope that you took that opportunity to spend some extra special loving time listening and receiving and supporting you, being conscious of emotions if you have grief, whether it's Prince or somebody else in your life. I just know that so many people have been affected by his passing. And we really want to allow this space for all of you to be supported as you are processing whatever it is that you are processing. So we're going to allow space for that in our conversation and really honor what is being called forth to share with you today. And our first expert that we're going to be talking to is really an expert at helping us move through things. So very timely that we are talking with her today to really serve and support us. So whether it is as we checked in and we looked at our energy levels, or we checked in and we were looking at some of our money stuff, or we're checking in and we're really struggling with grief and loss and what that's created, you're going to learn some great tools and techniques to help you, help you move through. Honor where you're at, but not be stuck there. Really have some tools and techniques to help you move through and bring forth what you want to bring forth as you go out into the world. So let me take a moment to pause and introduce our first expert to you. Her name is Paula D'Andrea. She is a reset expert, helping accelerate results, providing clarity, focus, relief, and confidence. She's an expert in fitness and wellness coaching. She's been recognized by the Wall Street Journal, Forbes.com, and KNBC, and is passionate about helping you live a powerful and meaningful second half. Please lean in and warmly welcome the amazing Paula D'Andrea. Welcome.
Thank you so much, Rebecca. It is wonderful to be here with you and Sarah, and I'm looking forward to this conversation.
We are as well. I'm glad to have you, and I always like to start with this heart place. As you notice, that's how we always open our shows, but I love to ask why this work of helping people in this way is personally so meaningful and important to you.
You know what, Rebecca? It really is something I'm just called to do, and it is part of my natural gift. And the more that I get into it and am able to learn about other people and about myself, the passion and the enthusiasm and the vibration for it just keeps on getting stronger.
Beautiful. I love that. So it keeps fueling it on more and more. Love this. And as we're talking about vibration, I was just thinking energy and vibration. That's a good way to kind of check in, see how your vibration is. Is it higher? Is it feeling lower? Those are good things to pay attention to and tap into as we are having our conversation, because they're really great indicators of if your vibration is lower in some areas, that may be where you want a little bit of support and perhaps a reset. So really pay special attention, loving care in those areas, and lean into the support you're going to find here. Now, some of what we've been talking about is kind of claiming today in this time and this moment together. And part of that is supporting people and being focused and present where we're at, because we have a tendency to be in places in body, but not necessarily mind and spirit. And so as we're looking at bringing us fully present, do you mind defining what that means and how can someone do that, and why is it important?
You know what, that's everything that you just said is so important. Going around to, your reset is a vibration. It is being able to calibrate every part of you. And, there's sometimes where things are stronger in other areas, and it's good to pay attention. When you're able to just quiet your body and your mind and align with who you are, your I am, your highest spirit, your Pono, as I like to call it, that is, when you learn how to do that on a regular basis, that will eliminate stress. It will keep you grounded and keep you focused and always giving you clarity.
I love that, and that's why it's such an important practice to build in. And one of the number one things I hear men and women share with me is they feel stressed, and they start listing all the things they're doing, and I can hear their heartbeat raising and their voices accelerating and, going faster and faster and faster as they're feeling more pressure, just listing all the things that they're wanting to do. So this mindfulness and really being able to slow down and pause and be present is a wonderful practice. So how can we become more present?
One of the quickest ways is letting the body and the mind just relax. And I'll share a little bit more with that later. But the thing is really, Rebecca, is looking for harmony within your life. A lot of people, they're trying to find balance. And I've always said, of course, being a former fitness trainer, if you want balance, stand on one leg. But the thing about it is being able to tap in, literally, to your spirituality, to your intellect, to your physicality, to your energy, to your emotion, and bring it all together into harmony. And you're going to shift. One area is going to be stronger and more present, depending on what situation you're in your life. And the other things just may need a little boost here and here, a little reset, and it's being able to quickly get into that. One way is just to get really quiet. This is an enlivening experience, so if everybody just wants to close their eyes for just a moment, relax your shoulders, take a nice deep breath in, and go to that space within that allows you to just really, really go to what you love. Take a nice deep breath and exhale, open your eyes, and bring that to life. And that is one of the quickest ways to get yourself in a reset. Sometimes it takes a little bit of practice to be able to find those things, to get reconnected with what it is that you do love and be in that space. And that's exactly something that I'll spend a bit of time with people on doing, because so people are focused on what they don't want, they get away from what they do want.
I love this because our minds love patterns. So if we can tap into something familiar that we love, that we've experienced, our mind knows it's safe already. And we're able to bring that into now, bring that feeling or thoughts connected with it into our present moment. I love that activity. Thank you for sharing.
Absolutely, that's one of the quickest ways. I have other things that I share, anything from simply, being able to touch a body part to release and get into that space instantaneously, to having that alivening experience, which I learned from one of my mentors, Solera, and some EFT and other modalities that I use. But for me, the alivening experience is such a beautiful, because you are bringing something to life when you open your eyes. You see the newness of a situation. You see, colors more vividly, and your perspective just changes so quickly with that very quick
I love it, because it's just in one breath, one moment, in less than a minute, that we can really bring that shift and change.
And that's what life is, right?
Exactly, and I love that you call it enlivening. And I want to shift gears a little bit, because one of the questions I wanted to ask you today is about momentum. And yeah, what we've been talking about is the slowing down and pausing a little bit. Can you share how that is connected, that slowing down can actually speed us up in a sense?
Absolutely, and that's a good way to put it, Rebecca, is that, and that's exactly what it is. It's being able to, when you're able to quiet your mind and your body, and speaking from a medical intuitive standpoint, and someone who has studied both mind and body, when you're able to get into that space where you're more open, where you've let a lot of that chitter chatter, and there's both going on. Both, a lot of people think of it just in their mind, but it's also in your body. When you have aches and pains, that's a little nudge that you got some chitter chatter going on. When you're able to do that, to pull yourself in, to quiet it down, that's when it allows for those beautiful breakthroughs and ahas to come through, for you to get more specific, for you to get the clarity so that you can co-create and manifest. Wonderful. And know what you want. And for me, the three keys to momentum are...
And actually, I'm going to change gears here a little bit, just because we're running up close on time. So we'll bring those three keys in a little bit later. So we have a cliffhanger for all of you. You want to stay on to the end of the show so you can hear those three keys. Do you mind sharing a little bit about the amazing gift that you prepared for our listeners today?
Absolutely, and it ties into exactly what we've been speaking about. I have a beautiful meditation that will absolutely help you, relax and reset, and be able to be in mindful awareness to allow your body and your mind to relax. And I've also added on a couple of bonuses. One is a 30-day affirmations to be able to get yourself present and give yourself a vibrational shift each day, and another is my EFT quick reference guide.
Wonderful. And for those of you who aren't familiar with EFT, that's emotional freedom tapping. Is that correct, Paula?
Yes.
Yep. So some great tools and resources to support you on your journey. Very timely. I encourage you to lean in to saying yes to these gifts. If you're really looking at being present, wanting to move forward, wanting to build some of those practices in your life, this is an amazing package of gifts that Paula is giving to you and making available. So you want to stay on till the end of the show as we help teach you how to lean in and say yes to these gifts so that you can bring them into your life. We're getting ready for our next commercial break. As we lean into this, remember to keep breathing, keep listening, processing, and we'll look forward to talking to you in just a moment.
Your favorite Voice America Talk Radio Network shows and hosts are in your car, outdoors, and wherever you need them to be. Listen anywhere. Get our mobile app for iPhone, BlackBerry, or Android at the Apple iTunes App Store, BlackBerry App World, or Android Market.
Rebecca Hall-Griter's Speaker Talent Search is looking for people like you. With just one 7-minute audition, you could open the doors to hundreds of speaking opportunities. This is a dynamic way to share your message, reach more people, and expand your impact. Apply now at yourpurposedrivenpractice.net/speaker-talent. finalists get to audition live in front of community leaders looking to fill all kinds of speaking opportunities. Don't wait. Find out more. Visit yourpurposedrivenpractice.net/speaker-talent.
Age with Attitude TV is for the woman who does not see her future as a nice little old lady, but rather she sees herself living a bold, juicy, kick-ass second half. Now, if this is the life you want for your second 50, then Age with Attitude TV is for you. You'll find stories to inspire you, plus money and metabolism tips that really work. Check it all out at agewithattitude.tv, presented by Jan Rose Distel. Find us on voiceamerica.tv. And remember, it's never too late to create a life you love.
Are you ready for your rush of success? I'm Jim T. Chong, the walk star.
And I'm Cami Ferry, the theater queen, the host of Rush Hour for Success on Money 105.5 on Thursdays and Fridays at 2 p.m. It's about getting entertained and getting solutions for your success in life and business.
Visit us on Facebook at Money 105.5 FM Rush Hour for Success, or download the Money 105.5 app on your phone for the live stream. That's Thursdays and Fridays, 2 p.m. Pacific Time. Get entertained,
get educated, and get your rush on
Rush Hour for Success.
Tune in for Suzanne Ross and Lighten Up TV, evolutionary wellness for the body, mind, and spirit. Each episode features Suzanne and her amazing guests, including inspirational authors, speakers, wellness experts, and spiritual guides. This series is focused on achieving total well-being so that you can live well and love life. Visit lightenuptv.net to find out more. Lighten Up TV is presented by the Awakening Center, a nonprofit for those seeking a higher way of living and being. Don't miss out on living your best life now. Go to lightenuptv.net today.
Become our friend on Facebook. Post your thoughts about our shows and network on our timeline. Visit facebook.com/Voice America.
You're listening to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives with your host, Rebecca Hall-Gruyter. If you have a question or comment for Rebecca or her guest, we'd love to hear from you. Please call into the program at 1-866-613-1612. That's 1-866-613-1612. You may also send an email to Rebecca at yourpurposedrivenpractice.com. Now back to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives.
Welcome back, everyone. I hope you took the opportunity during that commercial break to lean in, breathe, listen to what's being spoken into your heart, mind, body, soul, and spirit. And make a quick note to lean into that gift. We will share at the end of the show how to access this free and generous gift that Paula has made available to you. And I know Sarah has as well. So we'll let you know how to access those gifts. So stay tuned for that. But let me switch gears as we introduce our next expert. So we're going to be gracefully and beautifully moving into the money expert section here to support you in that as well. So our next guest expert, her name is Sarah Bronson. And for over 30 years, her company has been helping businesses and their owners gain confidence with their finances. And there's a myth out there that all business owners are comfortable with money and know how to navigate through all of it. And it's not true. They are people that need support just like each and every one of us. So she has a vast experience supporting both businesses and the individuals with their confidence around finances. She's the creator of a financial literacy program, a money coach to empower others around money, and is passionate about changing the money conversation from dread to delight. And I just love that, to delight, which is such a wonderful word. So lean in and warmly welcome the amazing Sarah Bronson to the show. Welcome.
Hello, Rebecca. It is such a delight to be here with you today.
I'm excited and delighted to have you. And do you mind answering a similar question to what I asked Paula in the beginning there, is why? Why is this work around supporting business owners and individuals around their money conversation and in a practical way too? I know you help with the number side, but you also help with that emotional side. Why is that work so personally important to you?
Well, over the years, as I've worked with clients, none of us were really taught about how to manage money. We were taught to count it and exchange it, but we weren't really taught how to grow our assets and how to manage money to achieve the life of our dreams. And business owners and entrepreneurs make up 98% of all businesses in the United States. So entrepreneurs are really the engine of the American economy. And after watching the recession hit, I really felt it was important to bring entrepreneurs back into our local economies and our regional economies, get those storefronts open, and just really help to fuel the economy of the United States and help people gain confidence around this money issue, which for many of us brings up shame and guilt and dread and doubt. And what I have found with my clients is once they're able to embrace their numbers and really feel confident about it, they can see promise and possibilities and grow their businesses and achieve the lives that they want to have. So it's exciting to watch people transform from being so fearful of money management into being confident and growing successful businesses.
I love that. And I love that you help them make that connection from a disempowered place to a very powerful place where they can move forward in what matters to them and to their businesses and what they're trying to create. Really valuable work. Thank you. So if we're looking at this relationship with money, right? What is the first step? Like, where do we start? If in the beginning of our show, that was one of the things we had a goal around, that's something that attracted us to this particular show today, is really around money and wanting to move forward in that. Where do we start?
Mm-hmm. That is such a great question. And starting really begins with deciding that you are going to take the first step in getting your arms around creating a healthy relationship with money. And in the work that I do with my clients, there are 3 key steps. The first one I call knowing your numbers, having and creating an intimate relationship with your numbers. The world that we live in today, the focus is to be in the cloud and paperless and credit card transactions, making purchases with the click of a button on the computer. What that has created is developing an even deeper unconscious relationship in the exchange of money. Being able to track, are my purchases, are my choices in how I choose to spend and share my money, are they in alignment with my life's priorities and the goals that I'm trying to achieve? So the very, very first step is to decide to get in touch and be intimate with your numbers. That may include simply downloading your bank statements and reviewing them. For me, it's an even deeper step with the entrepreneurs that we work with, and that is setting up an accounting system so that at the end of every month, you can run a report and see, how much did I spend in each category? And again, does it align with the values and the goals that I've set for my business?
Thank you for sharing, because I think you're right. We do get very disconnected from our numbers, and then we'll look at them maybe towards the end of the year, close to that tax filing time, or why isn't there enough? There's more month than money this time. What's happening? And I love how you're actually connecting it not just to the numbers, but to what is important to that individual, and is there alignment? But the very, very first, I don't want to overwhelm anyone today, the very, very first step I heard you say is the willingness to look, willingness to lead the relationship with money where you want it to go. And then you start with the numbers, and you can get support with some of the tools that Sarah and her team have. But that starting place is a willingness, because if you're not willing, it's really not going to go anywhere. So really paying attention to, am I willing? And if it's a yes, then start moving and getting the support. It's not a solo journey. Beautiful.
Right. One of the things that my clients often say to me when I encourage them to do this is, I'll begin when I have some money to manage. And I want to quickly dispel the myth that we all have money to manage. It doesn't matter the quantity. The first step is to really build that relationship.
Exactly. And now I always, when I was in the financial industry, I would always tell my clients, now is the right time. Not yesterday, we can't go back in time, not tomorrow, but right now we have this time that we can lean in and start moving forward. Because otherwise it's always someday. We'll get to that.
Exactly.
So you're right. Exactly right. Beautiful. Wonderful. Now, you use this term called a money date, which I think is just fascinating. I know you use that in a lot of the work you do. Do you mind explaining what a money date is?
Oh, it's so much fun. As we look at money, money is this relationship that we have every day of our lives. It's not a relationship we can divorce. It's not a relationship we can leave, at least not in the economy that we have today. So this money currency that we have, we've got to build a relationship with it. So money dating is a process that I've created to help clients create daily, monthly, quarterly, annual habits to begin to step closer in and create a better consciousness with their money. There are tips every day that you can do to be in relationship with your money. There's things that you can do every month to be in relationship with your money. From the moment that money walks in the door, whether it's through a paycheck or a client payment, to the bills walking in the door, how do we think about these expenses that we've committed to pay? How do we engage in our clients and being grateful for them signing up to work with us and receive our goods and services? So there are habits, specific habits and activities that you can do daily and monthly and yearly to create this conscious relationship with your money. And as you do this, almost like magic, money begins to flow more easily.
I love this. Just like in the beginning of relationships, we go out of our way to do things for the other and to get their attention or to make them feel special and leaning and kind of wooing them. And we can do the same thing with all of our relationships, including the one with money. So I love this, really building in that kind of dynamic and energy on a practical level with how we're dealing with the numbers and the flow of money in and out, as well as on a profound, our mindset and what we're, the energy that we're pouring in and out to it. Love it. Thank you for sharing about that. Now, I know you have also put together an amazing gift. Would you mind sharing just a little bit about that?
Yes, I am offering clients who are interested and listeners who are interested a free download of my money dating guide. It's a very simple tool that walks you through your money dating guide, as well as they can sign up for a free 30-minute strategy session where they can call in and ask questions about how to get started or specific issues they have around managing their money and get some feedback and support for how to begin and the very next step to take.
Beautiful. Thank you for doing that. So anyone who wanted a guide on dating your money, here you go. You have that support and a roadmap that you can follow and lean into. And then actually you can connect with Sarah directly and ask any questions you want. So really valuable set of gifts to make available to each and every one of you. So thank you for doing that, Sarah. I appreciate it. So my wonderful listeners, we are getting ready to go into our next commercial break. I know the time goes so quickly, and I encourage you during this time to just kind of sit and process the information. Have you been dating your money? Kind of where are you in this? Would it be supportive to have a guide to help you move forward in that arena? Just kind of process what's been shared, check in, and when you come back, we will have our exciting closing segment where we will share tips, ideas, and I will let you know how to access these amazing gifts. We'll look forward to talking to you in just a moment.
Your favorite Voice America Talk Radio Network shows and hosts are in your car, outdoors, and wherever you need them to be. Listen anywhere. Get our mobile app for iPhone, BlackBerry, or Android at the Apple iTunes App Store, BlackBerry App World, or Android Market.
Are you ready for your rush of success? I'm Jim T. Chong, the walk star.
And I'm Cami Ferry, the theater queen, the host of Rush Hour for Success on Money 105.5 on Thursdays and Fridays at 2 p.m. It's about getting entertained and getting solutions for your success in life and business.
Visit us on Facebook at Money 105.5 FM Rush Hour for Success, or download the Money 105.5 app on your phone for the live stream. That's Thursdays and Fridays, 2 p.m. Pacific Time. Get entertained,
get educated, and get your rush on
Rush Hour for Success.
The Ugly Awkward Dance Show is designed to help you move through those ugly, awkward, and uncomfortable life experiences. You know what we're talking about. Did you know that each challenge brings a gift? Once you figured that out, even the toughest challenge almost becomes fun. Each program includes engaging guests who talk about what they've overcome, as well as a mindful movement exercise to help you move through your emotional blocks. Yes, there will be awkward dancing too. Visit theuglyawkwarddance.show.com.
Rebecca Hall Greider's Speaker Talent Search is looking for people like you. With just one 7-minute audition, you could open the doors to hundreds of speaking opportunities. This is a dynamic way to share your message, reach more people, and expand your impact. Apply now at yourpurposedrivenpractice.net/speaker-talent. Finalists get to audition live in front of community leaders looking to fill all kinds of speaking opportunities. Don't wait. Find out more. Visit yourpurposedrivenpractice.net/speaker-talent.
Announcing a powerful new TV channel featuring programs designed to enhance and transform your life. Make powerful connections, one program at a time. And by doing so, we can bring transformation to the world. Tune in each week to Empowered Connections TV as we add new programs to help you make empowered connections of your own. Visit empoweredconnectionstv.com. That's empoweredconnectionstv.com. And make the most of an incredible life transformation.
You're listening to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives with your host, Rebecca Hall Greider. If you have a question or comment for Rebecca or her guest, we'd love to hear from you. Please call into the program at 1-866-613-1612. That's 1-866-613-1612. You may also send an email to Rebecca at yourpurposedrivenpractice.com. Now back to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives.
Welcome back, everyone. I hope that you had a moment to process and breathe. We've covered so much great information from being present and really looking at moving forward in the areas that you want to move forward in, and how to actually do that more quickly by slowing down. So that's a myth out there that you need to go faster and faster, that you'll actually accomplish more when you breathe in and you're more intentional and you slow down a little bit. And then we moved into talking about money and actually leaning into money to the point that we are dating money and building, that we're willing to build that relationship, a healthy relationship with our money, with our numbers, with our business, to move forward in the way that we want to move forward. And then both Paula and Sarah shared these amazing gifts that I wanted to let you know how to access. I promised I would do that. I want to honor. I am a woman of my word, so let me share how to do that. You simply go to Radio Gifts, and that's plural because there are multiple gifts, radiogifts.net, because there are a net full of amazing gifts to support you on your journey. So if either or both of those gifts are pulling at you, please go to that link, radiogifts.net, enter in your name and email address so we can stay in touch, and then scroll down to today's date, which is April 26th, and click on those gifts that will be of service and support to you. You're also going to find several gifts there from me as well, everywhere from having a conversation to ebooks in different subject areas that I believe will serve and support you. So I hope you lean into you. The reason we make these gifts available is because we want to help you get traction and movement in your life. We hope this show is serving you and impactful, but we want you to actually have tools to apply what we've talked about in the show today that you can carry forth with you and into your life in your journey, because it is not a solo journey. We need each other, and I want you to have the same access to the experts that I do to empower you on your journey, to equip you with tools and resources, because you matter. It makes a difference when you say yes to you and you're willing to move forward. So I encourage you to say yes to these generous gifts. And then secondly, I asked our wonderful guest experts if they had something else placed upon their heart that they wanted to share with you today, and they both said yes. And so Paula checked in, and she still definitely has in her heart wanting to share those 3 keys with you, as we talked about earlier in the show, our cliffhanger there. So Paula, I hand the floor to you. Do you mind sharing about your 3 keys?
Absolutely. And everybody just stay present. Come back and take notes after. Ready? So here we go. Now is the best time to reset and give yourself the energy upgrade to align with the possibilities that are waiting for you. And the 3 keys to get there that are going to give you the momentum is, number 1, align with your values. And if you haven't done it in a while, now is the perfect time to do it. Decide to be the best version of you that's possible. 2, get rock solid with your beliefs that support those values. And 3, step into your potential. Not where you used to be, not where you think that you should be, but lined up with who you are, what you're capable of. And when you do that, you know that what your outcome is. You're always going to be able to pull yourself back in to focus and keep your momentum. Take the action that will put you in the compatible environments that will allow you to step into the possibilities that are ready for you and you for them.
Beautiful. So the 3-step process to really be present, make choices, and move forward. Thank you very much for sharing, Paula. I appreciate that. Wonderful. And that alignment is so key. Thank you. And then, Sarah, I know that you had this special phone a friend activity that you were going to share to really help us in a very practical way as we're going out there in the world and looking at money. And is it aligning, and are we making the choices that are moving us in the direction we want to go? Do you mind sharing about that?
Yes, I think it's a really fun thing to do. So as everyone takes all of Paula's suggestions forward, as we step into wanting to review our financial statements or look at our bank statements, it tends to bring up a bit of nervousness and a bit of fear about, do I really want to see what the actual numbers say to me? And so I've developed something. I grabbed it from the old TV program, So You Want to Be a Millionaire, and it's called Phone a Friend. When you're out in the world making a decision financially that may take you off course or doesn't align with the values that you set for yourself, or you're getting ready to look at numbers and you're a little bit nervous, check in with your body and see if you feel anything constricting or if there's any sort of resistance to the decision you're going to make. And in that moment, instead of making the decision, pick up the phone and call a trusted friend. Ask for support. Let them know you just need maybe a mental hug or just somebody to be with and be connected with as you calm yourself and get really, really clear about what your choice is going to be. I also want to mention real quickly that I have, for folks living in Oakland, I have a do-it-yourself bookkeeping class for entrepreneurs coming up starting May 4th. And if you'd like to know more about it, you can go to my website, www.sarahjbronson.com.
And we actually have all of that information on her bio. You'll see her website and information. So if you do want to connect, the first step I would recommend is really leaning into her free gift and saying yes so that you can get on her list to be updated on upcoming programs. And those of you who are in the California Bay Area, make note of that she has this class coming up to really support you, and check out her website. I encourage you to do that. Wonderful, Sarah. Thank you for sharing. I appreciate that. And another aspect to this phone a friend that I like, just as you were sharing about it, I was thinking about those times that we might be tempted to do something because of a feeling. We can feel stressed, and so we'll want to buy or spend a little bit more than when we were less stressed than we would do. Just like going to the grocery store hungry, you'll tend to buy more than when you're not hungry and you have a plan and a strategy. So having someone that you can call in those moments, not necessarily the friend that's just, yeah, go for it, you deserve it, but the one that's really going to support you about, oh, remember, this is what you said was important, I think is really wise as you're going forward and making these decisions. So I want to thank you both for joining us today and sharing from your heart and your wisdom and your experience and expertise. Thank you very, very much. And listeners, I want to thank you for joining us today because this show is for you. And without you, there would be no show. So we want to continue to serve and support you. I celebrate that you said yes to you and leaning into this space and time together, staying present, so that we as a community can move forward powerfully, tapping fully into our energy, keeping that momentum going forward, and really making choices so that we can live our life on purpose. Because, in case someone hasn't told you today, you are beautifully and wonderfully made on purpose and for a purpose, and absolutely needed just as you are. And that I want you to go forth and live a purposeful life, making choices that serve and support you and all those you're called to connect with. Wherever you go, whatever you do, may you always, always bloom where you're planted and shine. I look forward to talking to you next week.
Thank you for joining us this week for Empowering Women, Transforming Lives. Please tune in again for another edition with your host, Rebecca Hall-Gruyter, next Tuesday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, 11 a.m. Pacific on the Voice America Women's Channel. And join us for a replay of the show every Wednesday at 5 p.m. Eastern Time, 2 p.m. Pacific on the Voice America Empowerment Channel. Have a beautiful week, and may you